kindness, empathy. That's what my dogs do. They have this special way with people, certainly in the water. Pete Lewin Newfoundlands, we're a small sort of non-profit charity. We swim with Newfoundland dogs, taking people from the emergency services, military veterans, out swimming for emotional support in open water. Last year we took 50 members of the emergency services staff swimming, and we look after them and we take them in the water with the dogs. Hiya, my name is Pete Lewin. My dogs are Storm, Sonar, Walker, Bob and Ralph. They're part of the family. They're part of what I do. And what we do, we take people swimming with the boys. Then we get the person to hold on to the dog's water harness, his buoyancy aid. And all the dog does is swims back. Nobody's calling him, nobody's shouting him. And he just takes them back to shore, laying on the back, holding onto the harness, back of the head in the water. So all you can hear is the birds singing, a bit of a bow wave that the dog's making, maybe the geese and ducks quacking and things. Nobody's talking on the bank, but when they come out of the water with that big grin on the face, because they've swam with the Newfies, is very, very special. All we're doing is, I'm not a counsellor, I'm not a therapist, but what I am, I'm a paramedic that listens, and I fully understand what they're going through. Pete Lewin Newfoundland started with the water rescues and wanting to develop that. The water rescue role, and certainly in the dog world, is certainly in Italy, they are used regular on the beaches for rescuing people out at sea, like lifeguards. Me being a paramedic, I could see a use for them in that scenario. So this is Sonar. What we're doing is just a little bit of training. It's dead simple stuff that we do. After a few years, we knew it was never going to sort of take off in the country. But because it wasn't working with the water rescue side of things, we were looking at different ways that we could use them. And one of my colleagues, we were discussing what we're going to do with the dogs. The girl I was talking to, she then said to me, she said, well, 2 years ago, I don't know if you remember, you asked me to help you at an event. And I was late getting there. She said the reason I was late getting there was because I was looking at taking an overdose. But because I promised you I'd come to help you, and I know you'd be struggling without us, I came along. And she said, that changed my life. She said, just the whole scenario of getting a wetsuit on, going into the water, everything seemed to be lifted off her shoulder. And she said, and then Boris, my old dog, swam out. And she said, his eyes looked at you, and he wasn't condemning, wasn't criticising, wasn't judging. All he was doing was coming out to take her back to shore and for her to be safe. That was very special. And as you can see, still is. So when I'm helping people out in that water, it means a lot to me, to my team and to the dogs. I look after people at work as a paramedic, but looking after people who look after people, because there's nobody to look after them, is equally, if not better, than what I do for a living. It is amazing. Although we developed it for real rescue, we're now using it as an emotional support, because we've got this lovely hold on this person, and they may be in a bad place, they may be PTSD, disability, and not feel wanted all the time. So this hold, it actually gives them that sort of security that we've got them and we're looking after them and we take them back to shore. Now all we're doing is we're taking people away from their issues for a couple of hours or so, but they can live on that as well. I'm better together with my dogs because they're special and I love them to bits, and they're just so good for everybody else and not just me. But they're just so good at sort of rescuing and swimming out to you and very little command, because they want to do it. They want to be in the water, working around us, with us. They just want to be there. They want to help you and be with you and wag tails and just be happy with you. They bring a lot of kindness and help to anybody and everybody. Yeah, my mission for the organisation is just keep doing what we're doing. Just keep trying to improve in what we're doing. Get more people to swim with the dogs because they're special. They don't judge, they don't condemn, don't criticise. They're just there for you all the time. And I'm proud owner of 5 Newfoundland dogs that not just helping me, but they'll help anybody else.